Hey everybody, it's Alan, and I hope you are doing well. Let's go back to the 6th album by the band Extreme and listen to a really wonderful song called Here's to the Losers.
Hey, you gave it your best shot. You gave it all you got. It wasn't quite enough. At least you got into the ring. You took another swing. You gave it everything. You cannot win them all. We all have dropped the ball at one time. Game on the line. High, hold your head up high. I'll tell you why. A winner knows what it's like to lose. A loser what it takes to win. Here's to the losers, and here's to the ones who fallen. Get up, 'cause you're not the only. Get up, you're one of the many. Get up, there are no excuses. Get up, here's to the losers. Here's to the losers. Here's to the losers. We've all been there before. Won battles, lost the war. Left it all out on the floor. No need to be ashamed. There's no excuse or blame. It's how you play the game. I tasted victory, the thrill and agony of defeat. It's all bittersweet. Hold your head up high. I'll tell you why. A winner knows what it's like to lose. A loser what it takes to win. Here's to the losers, and here's to the ones who've fallen. Get up, 'cause you're not the only.
There's a really, really interesting message if you pull that song apart and you listen to the lyrics and you really pay attention to it. A lot of things come to mind. There's a classic old saying that says you learn more from your failures than you do from your successes. It's absolutely true. If you get knocked down and you have that sort of winning mentality, you're going to figure out what you did wrong and you're going to correct it. There are more people who come in second, third, and fourth than there are who come in first. We always hear, when it comes to sports, well, there's one winner and 32 losers in the NFL. There's, one winner and X amount of losers in the NBA or, soccer leagues or whatever it is. And though I am not the biggest fan of what you would call participation trophies, I am a fan in acknowledging, good competition and sportsmanship in general, not just about sports, but just overall sportsmanship, whether it be, whether it be work competitions or hell, even electoral, political competitions, presidencies and what have you. Being a good sport about something and acknowledging that your competition, even though they won or lost or whatever the case may be, might have had good valid points, might have actually had good efforts, might have done their very, very best. You don't just sit there and say you're a loser. It's like, no, wait a second, hold on. There are far more people who didn't win than did win. And we can learn and grow into a better world, a better society, a better humanity, if we're just willing to acknowledge that everybody has value. Every single situation has the ability for community to join together and actually lift up all ships, raise up all ships. It seems like in the divisiveness of the world today, we just want to beat down and hold down and oppress everybody. And that's honestly one of the saddest things about the times that we're living in these days, is that people are so tribal and so divided and want to rub other people's noses in it, whether they want it, if they lost. It's not a healthy way to move forward. It's not a healthy way for humanity. We could learn a lot of lessons if we just paid attention to our shortcomings as much as we pay attention to our successes. What's the other old saying? Insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. Well, again, if you haven't been successful, then you're not going to grow. You're not going to, if you haven't been successful and you ignore it without actually figuring out what your shortcomings are, there's absolutely no way for you to move ahead. However, if you have won and you continue to do the same thing, eventually somebody is going to come along who has learned from their mistakes and who does more than you if you stick in your pattern, if you don't grow and evolve as a human or as a I don't care, as a sports team, as a political source, whatever it is. I mean, I know it's debatable, but let's just say via championships, Tom Brady is the greatest of all time, right? Let's just say that. He went to 10 Super Bowls and he lost 3. And he battles himself and he thinks about those 3 losses far more than he thinks about the 7 victories. Why? because that's what everybody is critical about, is the losses. That's what people keep bringing up. Oh, you didn't go 19-0, you went 18-1 when you were undefeated going into the playoffs. Oh my God, Eli Manning beat you twice. Oh, you lost because you couldn't catch a ball against the Eagles. And, those are the types of things. And that's the type of momentum that drives a successful person. Whether you love him or you hate him, whether you appreciate him or you absolutely loathe and despise the man, he still worked harder than just about anybody else to accomplish his goals and move forward and move on to the next thing. He didn't sit there and rest on his laurels. Wayne Gretzky didn't rest on his laurels. Muhammad Ali didn't rest on his laurels. Joe Louis didn't rest on his laurels. The New York Yankees, in their heyday, didn't sit there and say, well, we're just the greatest thing on the planet. Just roll out our 9 guys onto the field and they're going to win every game. It doesn't happen, Nobody goes undefeated. The 72 Dolphins went undefeated? Yeah, it was a 12-game season. If they had to play 17, would they have won those extra 5 games? Who knows? But the reality of it is nothing and nobody is perfect. And if you're the winner and you sit there and you rest on everything that you've done, chances of you winning again, winning the whole thing again, winning the championship again, winning the political office again, if you just do the same things and you don't actually follow through and work on improvement, the chances of you continuing being at the top are very, very, very slim, because it's easier to get knocked off the top than it is to get to the top. And those people who are below you, you're the one winner, and those, dozens or thousands or millions or billions of people who are technically below you because you won are always going to be constantly trying to improve and knock you off. And so when a song like this comes along and it says here's to the losers, yeah, I'll raise a toast to the losers, because the losers are going to be trying again to win. Do you see what I mean? Does that make any sense? I know it makes sense to me, but does it make sense what I'm saying to any of you? Anyway, please feel free to leave a comment in the comment section below. Of course, we can talk about it further. Just know that I appreciate all of you, and I wish you well. Take care.